Is in your life hiding his affair. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about the affair that he's actually having on you? Maybe you haven't thought about it because you don't believe that your narcissist actually cheats. Narcissist in your life is going to cheat you out of anything and everything, but especially cheat on you with another woman. Heck yes, because he doesn't care about you and he's not willing to actually be with you and be honest and be vulnerable. But have you actually looked at this question of how is your narcissist actually hiding his affair? You might think that it's impossible. You might think that he's not able to. That's what my wife thought. Would walk out of the house and immediately call another woman. Would disconnect from my wife and immediately text someone else. Would get in the car and would change my thought pattern, my persona, who was actually on my mind. Yeah, it flipped in an instant. Many of you think because you know where he is, you actually have a good relationship. Many of you think, well, if I stay with him, then he won't actually cheat. But he's already done that before. And you're just gaslighting yourself into believing that this reality is actually going to work out. Well, is it? Narcissist is going to hide his affairs from you a lot of times to be able to manipulate and control you. Going into the relationship, you might tell him, hey, the one thing I just can't deal with is a cheater. Boom. That's the one thing that he'll never admit to. That's the one thing that you'll never have evidence to. That's the one thing that you'll never learn about because he knows if you find out, you'll leave. By the time you find out, you typically won't because you've been trauma bonded, you've been confused, you've been stuck in the chaos, and as a result, you don't make a move to do anything because you stay stuck. This is when many people come and start talking to me because they feel completely stuck. They feel completely confused. They don't know how to break out of the trauma bond. They don't know how to break out of the piece that currently has them feel addicted to a toxic person. Like addicted to the point where you think logically, this person isn't good. He keeps cheating on me. I should probably leave. But emotionally, it's like, what if he changes? What if something's different? Maybe I should stay. Maybe I should give him another chance. You keep holding out a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer, thinking that something might be different, but in reality, it's not. Narcissists use this tool a lot of times, which is compartmentalization. I didn't know the fancy word growing up of it, but compartmentalization is literally just taking all the different relationships, ideas, thoughts, and pieces of people and feelings and putting it into a box, and then shoving the box away. He's doing this with you. He's doing this with his relationship with you and his relationship with many other women. And then again, we go back to the piece where you're like sitting here and you're like, but I don't think he cheats on me. Okay, well, I can give you countless examples of men that have cheated on their wives in the workplace, men that cheat on their wives on their lunch break, men that have told their wives, hey, I actually have a long court session, so I'm going to be in court running a case. And he was never in court to start off with. He was actually cheating. So many of you are going to step into this conversation already kind of bristling up of like, how is your narcissist hiding an affair? Because you're not even willing to look at that possibility when all the signs point to it. And if we actually look at the facts, you could probably actually see, hey, there's affair. Regardless of if there's affair or not, if you looked at how he's treating you, it's probably abusive. And you need to actually have a different reason of saying, I need to actually move forward in my healing. I need to move forward in what I need to do because of how he's treating me. Narcissists use compartmentalization. They box things up. Another piece inside of this is narcissists oftentimes will do this as far as almost like switching personalities. This isn't schizophrenia. We're not talking about a different person, but switching personalities, changing out masks, different version of him. So when I would be with my wife, there was this piece of like, I'm with my wife. She's the only person here. This marriage sucks. I hate this. I don't like her. I should find someone else, but this is the only person. And then we switch, and then we're over on this other piece, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm with the affair partner. My wife doesn't exist, but it's just this person. Oh, now we're back with the wife. Now the affair partner. She doesn't exist. Now it's just my wife. Narcissists do this. Okay, they do this to be able to switch where they're at. It's not schizophrenia. It's simply just this focal point where they're focusing so much on the one person, they're like, nothing else exists, nothing else matters in the moment. This is why narcissists make such stupid decisions in the moment, because they're not thinking about long-term effects of their cheating. They're not thinking about how it's going to wreck the family, how it's going to hurt the kids, how it's going to destroy multiple lives and multiple families. They're not thinking 2 steps ahead. They're thinking about right here, right now. And that's all that I was doing. For the longest period of time, hurting and damaging the people that I claimed to care about, but there was no demonstration, there was no evidence, and there was no facts to be able to support or substantiate that claim. And so I want you to consider the guy that's in your life might be hiding affairs, maybe just because he's being cagey on his phone and you can't see it. Then you have all the people on social media riding on their high horse of like privacy. Yeah, well, those people are full of bullshit. Because you shouldn't have to have privacy with a person that you're actually in love with and committed to a relationship with. My wife has access to my phone 24/7. She knows the passcode. Certain things that we've locked up on my phone that she only knows the passcode for. Why? Because I'm unwilling to be that guy. I'm unwilling to be the man that cheats. Because that's who I was. That's how I lived. And so this piece of like, well, what about privacy? You shouldn't be looking through someone's phones. The guy shouldn't be cheating on you to start off with. So maybe we should start with some common decency. You lose the right to privacy when you behave as a cheating, abusing, lying asshole. Let that sit for a moment. Inside of everything that a toxic guy is doing to you, is going through different systems and ways to be able to hide his affair from you. If he knows that that's your one thing, the one thing that you don't want him to do, the one thing that if he does that, that you're going to leave, that'll be the one thing he never tells you, he never gives you access to, he never admits, even if you catch him. Let's talk about it for a second. I have had clients that have seen the narcissist with the other person, the affair partner, and he's denied it 24/7 for the rest of his life. They have caught them. They have had pictures of them. There's been multiple things, but simply because that's the one thing that she said, if I see this, this isn't happening. Like if you cheat on me, it's over. So one thing that he will not admit to, simply because the narcissist knows if he can keep you in confusion, he leaves you stuck. You see, sometimes a lot of people give narcissists way too much credit. 100% of the time, way too much credit. The amount of people that I get on a call with and they're like, yeah, my narcissist was just so smart. No, he just kept you confused. That was it. He doesn't have to be a brainiac. He just has to say enough confusing shit for you not to be so clear that you make a decision. That's it. Like for a narcissist to put you into a place of confusion, you get to a place of cognitive dissonance. You don't know which way to go. You don't know what to do. You're driving down the road and you're like, do I turn right or do I turn left? And in that brief moment, you don't know. You don't have the certainty of which direction you need to go. So as a result, you pause. That is where the narcissist capitalizes on your life. Takes control, trauma bonds you, traps you, and it says, hey, while you're paused here, let's go ahead and lock you down for life so that you never leave. Inside of this piece of the pause is you just simply being confused. When you're confused, the narcissist controls. When you're confused, the narcissist controls. So what I do on a day-to-day basis is simply just provide clarity. Provide clarity by saying sometimes phrases that need to break your frame, like, hey, by the way, he doesn't care about you. How do I know? Because that's how I lived. How do I know? Because I can give you countless examples where men have treated women like appliances and pushed them to the side and been like, done with you, let's move on to the next one. Doesn't matter what he's saying. It matters what he's demonstrating. Doesn't matter the words coming out of his mouth. It matters the actions that you're seeing on a day-to-day basis. Matters in the evidence, in the facts of the situation. Because right now, some of you, the only thing that's going to set you free is simply just the facts. This is where you get hung up, though, because you're like, well, I want to know the facts about, did he actually cheat? Did he actually go all the way? Did he actually do it? Some of you want to know the specifics and you want to know the facts of like, well, did he do this or not? Did he actually cheat on me? At the end of the day, I'm not talking about you finding out all the answers. You're not going to find out all the answers. You're not going to get closure from a narcissist. You're not going to find out that he actually cheated. He's not going to actually admit it or confess it. Talking about the facts of your current situation. What is currently going on now? How is he treating you? How is he respecting you? How is he being honest? How is he being vulnerable? How is he being trustworthy? Like going through the actual facts. Cognitive dissonance is a result of narcissist treatment. 100%. Cognitive dissonance is part of the trauma bond. You stay in cognitive dissonance, you stay stuck, and you grow an addiction to the toxic person, just like Stockholm Syndrome. You fall in love with your captor. You keep going back, even though you know this is probably a bad idea. I probably shouldn't keep doing these drugs because they're killing me. Let's do it again. That's what's happening inside the toxic relationship. Many of you right now, you're resonating with what I'm saying because you literally are trapped. You're stuck. Maybe you're just stuck at that intersection of, do I invest in the marriage or do I not? Do I go to counseling for the 32nd time or do I not? Do we try the 8th therapist or do we not? Do I give him another chance after he's cheated or do I not? Many of you right now are stuck in the confusion and the chaos right now. And as a result, you don't make a move, you don't know what to do, and you have no confidence in actually moving forward in your healing, in your growth, and in your transformation of who you actually could be. I'm not talking about, hey, let's put a pill and actually make it better. Let's do this quick change and let's say a couple mantras and make you feel better about yourself. I'm talking about getting you clear, getting you into a place where you can actually walk through life and have an undeniable, reckoning ball of understanding. I know the truth in the situation and it's based on the facts, and I can filter all the BS out of here so I can actually see what matters. Because right now, if you don't have clarity, you're stuck. If you don't have clarity, you're confused. If I don't help you build up the confidence that you actually matter, you abdicate your value to another person. You say, oh, you tell me how much I'm worth. No, he doesn't get that choice. You get that choice by you investing in you and you growing and developing who you are and the choices you make today define your worth and your value. Not him, not anyone else, not me, not anyone on this planet. You've already been gifted inalienable rights given by God. And as a result, you give those away to someone else and say, hey, please determine my value. He doesn't get that right, but he keeps you stuck in the chaos that's happening. And you don't have the confidence to actually move forward in investing into you. And the problem is when you're lacking clarity and when you're lacking confidence, you move into a place where you have no certainty. When you have no certainty, you will not make moves and you will not make choices and you will not make decisions that are to the betterment of you and your family. Instead, you will stay in the fog, stuck, confused. So right now, if you're watching this and you're at a place where you're saying, I resonate with this, I'm stuck in the fog, I'm confused, I'm inside this chaos, I feel crazy a lot of times because of what he says, how he's putting this back on me, then it's time for you to actually step forward into your confidence, into your clarity to find certainty. I don't want to provide that. Simply, if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you can shoot me a DM that says the word freedom. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can click the link and you can go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. Because if we don't actually help you break the trauma bond, get rid of the addiction to the toxic person, nothing else you do matters. You going no contact, you going to therapy, you saying time is going to heal all wounds, all of this doesn't work. Why? Because if we don't help you heal and reset the wound, actually reset the broken leg that you have right here, right now, so you can actually build muscle on top of it, everything else is going to just further beat you down. But it's not going to help you heal. And it's not going to help you move forward. I want to provide a path that goes through a healing journey to eradicate the triggers in the trauma bond that builds into a growth mindset of you discovering who you are and establishing the correct boundaries so that you can move forward with purpose. Not letting toxicity come in and beat you up anymore, but you actually moving forward and becoming the person you're called to be. If there's a piece of you inside that resonates with you right now, you're like, this is what I need to do, then I want you to reach out. Shoot me a DM that says the word freedom or go to rawmotivations.com. Be able to provide you an opportunity to be able to see a video from me just talking through what I actually do, how we actually break it down, talking through where you're currently at. And if it resonates with you, reach out. There's a link on that page. You can see about having a call with me. It's a free call. There's nothing up front. There's just a call saying, hey, is this a good fit for you to work with me and for us to actually help you move from confused and chaos and the crazy making to a place of clarity, certainty, and confidence? If that resonates with you, then reach out. You can do so by going to rawmotivations.com or you can shoot me a DM that says the word freedom. Inside of all of this, the goal is to liberate you, to get you free mentally and emotionally. So remember this, all he has to do is just keep you confused. If you're confused, you stay stuck. That's it. If you want clarity, confidence, and certainty, then make a move for you. Reach out today. Go to rawmotivations.com or shoot me a DM that says the word freedom. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. We'll see y'all next time.